All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Aftermath. Aftermath. All I gotta do is put a sprinkle with it. I ain't hit that with that. Oh, I ain't hit that with that. Just a dab and a dab. And as it cook, I'll put another dab and a dab. But check that out. I've rubbed that down like a dime piece out of the kingdom. Olive oil. See how them all them herbs stuffed in there? I'ma flip it. I just cleaned my hands, but I'ma flip it anyway. Check that side out. And that ain't just like on top. That's like, you know, that's like in there. See? That's in there. You know. Not to get too carnal, but you gotta finger that bitch, get that bitch right. See, put some on, you know, See, that's deep cuts. So I ain't using stuff that parsley, that thyme, that basil, bay leaves all up in there. I'm kind of mad. I'm thinking, man, maybe I should have bought two of these motherfuckers. Cause there's not a lot of us, but brothers gonna ambush this shit when it's done. I know they is, but I don't care. As long as brothers had a good time, it's all about the Lord. This is carnal things of the flesh. So long as brothers was happy. Sometimes I don't eat. I don't get a plate. Some more time I found on the side. Sometimes I don't eat or I sacrifice my plate. Brothers be like, you got another plate? I just give them my shit. And that's not the boast or brag, but that's your Howard shot, man. See, it's a nice little thing right here. Alright, hey, I'm gonna take, and put it in here. You know, stuff that in there. Stuff that in there. And I could use the scissors to cut off these stems, but the fire just burn it off when it's ready. I'm gonna wrap that in that plastic I showed y'all. And man, there she go. I don't know, what do you call this? The Yahweh Shai lamb. I don't know. It's my first time making it. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Brothers heard about when we made it before, but it wasn't like with the shit I made now. So I got that side, and you flip it. You got that side. So this side not as packed, cause most of this is just bone. I might give this part like to the dog right here. She'll love it. Or you could use it to season something else. But we got that Ronnie uh, garlic and ginger paste. And we definitely, I put like 8 ounces of olive oil. And that shit is expensive on that motherfucker. So, man, let's get it. Let's get it. This for the Akim right here. This for the Akim. In the name of Yahweh Shai. You got finger, they say Jake may love the food. Not to get too off, but you gotta kind of like, finger that bitch and like get up, and then you make love to your food like a woman. And he just never understood that, like, yo, this nigga eat with like so much passion. Cause it's all the flesh, whether sex, whether a woman. Like I said, not to get too vulgar. It's all pertaining to the flesh. So they coincide. They co. I'm gonna leave that there. They coincide. So this is like a small pocket of like the end. But I'm gonna stuff that there. I'm gonna crank that salt very lightly, cause salt is, even though it's sea salt and it's more compatible with the human body, you don't wanna use a lot of it. So I'm gonna crank like 2 cranks on one side, 2 cranks on one side. Then as it's cooking, I'm gonna crank it like 2 more times. Nah, maybe 1 more time on each side. Cause like I said, you gotta be careful with that salt. Regardless of what type salt you get, it's still a sodium chloride, and it could be dangerous regardless if you overuse it. Same with sugar, except with stevia. Stevia have a low glycemic index, and it's good for like diabetics and shit like that. So you could kind of be a little over with the stevia, but it still is it's still like sugar. So you still got, so salt and sugar you always gotta be careful with, even if it's natural. But you know, I'm gonna wrap that up in the plastic.
Oakland, California. It's Brunel. Welcome to 25 words or less for now.
You know, I got the clear wrap. I'm about to wrap this shit and let it just marinate. Spark that grill and we in there. Shalom. Just showing y'all the after effect. I wish I had like I'm not really like a tech guy, you know what I mean? You know, but so this grill too got the thermometer reading. You know, you could tell what temperature is on. My neighbor gave this shit to me, $50. He only used it like a good 10 times. So kind of brand new. You kind of see like the metal on it, on the rim. And of course, we don't grill with no aluminum foil. That's westernized bullshit. We use the rails and we use fire. Rails and fire. We don't fuck with no aluminum foil when it come to grilling. Learn how to control your charcoal heat and you won't burn your shit. And you know, I'm just moving shit around, but I don't even know when I'm moving around because I done mixed like 5 different greeneries up in there. I might chop a little garlic bulb up. I don't know, but that Ronnie sauce had it's a garlic and ginger sauce, so you don't want to overdo it. So with that, I'm gonna just leave it at that and wrap it, let it sit, let it marinate, and throw it on the grill. Half of this is not half, but a third is gone already. So you really got like this end. And part of this leg, ain't no meat on this end of the leg. So you really got this center right here. But it's only 4 of us. But the way I think brother's gonna ambush it, I should have got another one. But you know, it is what it is. Y'all hold it down. Shalom.